Hey, everybody, it's me, Sarah, your Christian forgiveness coach, and you are watching or listening to Forgive Everyone for Everything Every Day Right Away. This is episode number 75, and we're going to talk about renewing your mind. There's lots of ways to explore renewing our minds, and today I want to talk about and offer just one of the techniques that I use to renew my mind. So, you've probably heard me talk about if we're real mad about something, upset about something, it may mean we need to forgive and bless. And while that may be true, there also comes a time when we might start to notice that we are possibly indulging in the anger, indulging in the sorrow, indulging in the victimhood of it. Now, I'm not talking about true victimhood here. I'm not talking about like if you're the innocent victim of abuse as a child, or if you are currently in an abusive situation. That is not what I'm talking about here. I'm referring to the vast majority of relationships where there have been conflicts or events that have happened in our lives that are over now. I'm talking about if you're in a place in your life where you're safe, the event is over, but maybe you still feel like a victim. There is an opportunity to renew our minds here because we don't have to keep being victims. And sometimes being a victim feels easy. Sometimes it is easy. It feels good. I get it. No judgment. I catch myself in victim mode all the time. But it's not going to move us forward. And at some point in time, we have to face that if we do indeed want to move forward from it. So it's okay to be where you are. If you want to be mad right now, it's fine. Be mad. Process that anger. Be sad. Allow that sadness. Just recognize the point where you might be staying kind of stuck in it. Just recognize at that point we're making a choice. Well, through all of it, it's a choice, but you're choosing, and you may like your reasons for that. But there's a big difference between choosing to be mad or sad about something versus giving all your power away by being a victim and blaming someone else for how you feel. Okay. That's where our agency lies. That's where the biggest difference can be made with anything in our lives, not just forgiving and blessing someone, but understanding that it is a choice to stay mad or sad about something. Again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being mad or sad. I'm talking about that time when it becomes something we find ourselves stuck in. So, I have a personal example of what I'm talking about here for you to reference. So, for the past 8 or 9 months for me, I've been very angry and depressed about a certain circumstance in my life. And that was all part of my processing of this event. But now, here's where renewing the mind comes into play. I want to give you one example of how to do this. So, for about the past 3 months or so, I've been very frustrated, wishing that I could just stop thinking about it, wishing that I could erase it from my mind. And I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but the more we try not to think about something, the more we end up thinking about the thing we're trying not to think about. And I had so much frustration, feeling like I just had no control over it. And one day I realized, you know what? I'm capable of creating anything I want in my life. I decided that if I don't want to think about something anymore, I can create that for myself. So I asked myself, what would I need to do in order to create that result for myself? And the answer I came up with was this. And here's the renewal part, that when I catch myself thinking about it, I redirect with a particular thought. The thought I chose was, I will not think about this anymore. Another one is, we don't do this anymore. And that's what I'll say to myself. And when I say those things to myself, I feel very determined. It's important to notice how you feel when you choose this particular redirect thought that you want to think. Okay. So I feel very determined when I think this. So that determination is what will lead to the action of me redirecting my thoughts when I catch myself thinking about it. And another important aspect is I'm very committed to it. And that commitment part, so important here. I have decided I no longer want to be angry or depressed or frustrated about this thing. I've processed it enough. I've done the forgiveness work. I am ready to move on. So now I am like level 10 committed. Throughout the past few months, I've maybe been like level 3, 4 committed. So just notice, no judgment, just notice where you may be on that commitment scale of wanting to renew your mind in whatever area you're working on. Change happens at level 10, lasting change. So I take that action of redirecting. But here's another really important thing I want you to remember if you're going to put this into practice in your own life. Don't be mad or frustrated if you catch yourself thinking about it again, especially in the beginning. You have to allow this to be a process. You are renewing your mind, and that does not usually happen in an instant. Your brain has neural pathways that are easy and familiar, and it takes energy to create new ones. So you need to expect that your brain will want to continue to keep doing what it's been doing. So know that going in, that you have to put in the work to build something new. So don't be surprised that it's hard. Do not expect it to be easy. Don't get mad at yourself when you find yourself repeating the pattern. Catch it when you catch it. As soon as you become aware of it, boom, that's the moment the redirection happens. So even if it's 5 minutes into, you're thinking about it, and you realize 5 minutes later, oh, I'm thinking about it again. Redirect. It's fine. No beating yourself up. No telling yourself it's not working. Meet yourself exactly where you are. Stay level 10 committed. And eventually, there'll be a time when you catch it after 2 minutes, and then maybe 30 seconds, and then maybe 3 seconds. And then maybe you're really tired and stressed one day and it takes 5 minutes again. All fine. Have grace for that. That is the way of it. And eventually your mind will renew. Okay. So this is just one way that I have learned and had success with renewing my mind. And I hope that you can apply this concept to whatever it is that you have going on in your life that you want to change. All right. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next time. Bye.